Susan Huckle, and here's what's happening in LA this week. The Los Angeles Police Department's South Bureau collaborated with other leaders at their first annual Human Trafficking Summit. This event aimed to bring awareness, resources, and support to help put an end to human trafficking.
Our hope is to end the horrific crime of trafficking in our city.
Today we are at the Beehive in South Los Angeles for our first annual South Bureau Human Trafficking Prevention and Awareness Summit.
This is what it looks like when we love our community and do the work that needs to be done to make sure all of our folks, even the folks on the edges, have the kind of community that we all deserve to live in.
When I look out at this room, this is a beautiful room. This is so great to have policymakers and policy implementers and the do-gooders and nonprofits and survivors here all together.
We have our federal, local, state, and city partners here today to just bring awareness. Figueroa Corridor is known across the country as being the main track for human trafficking in our city. Last year alone, our Operation South Bureau Human Trafficking Task Force rescued over 121 girls off the Figueroa Corridor.
The stretch of Figueroa Corridor that we were working on, I think it's got 23 churches and 12 schools. And so you look at that, and it's really a family neighborhood. They're families who deserve a neighborhood that feels safe.
Young kids walking to and from school and seeing girls half dressed, and that's just not right. You shouldn't see that in our communities. This isn't okay. This can be ended. This can be stopped. And we should all come together to end the horrific crime of human trafficking.
We see you, we hear you, and we are here for you.
The 1-5, the Department of Recreation and Parks, and Play LA made Watts home to the city's first all-access skate park. This new community hub welcomes people of all abilities to roll whatever way they choose and celebrate with the community.
1, 2, 3. We are at the grand opening of our skate park in Watts, and you can see that there are just hundreds of folks enjoying it.
This is the 30th skate park for the Department of Recreation and Parks. This is the first all-access skate park, so individuals that need accessibility, access to the skate park, they have it here. One of a kind, first in the city.
The skating community creates a safe atmosphere to participate in for all.
We have people from all over the community coming out to skate. We got pros, we have Olympians, we have young skaters skating for their first time. We have 65-year-old wheelchair motocross riders grinding across 20-foot boxes. It's a beautiful thing.
You know, one of the great things about skateboarding is like there's no league fees or uniforms. All you need is a skateboard and you can do it. So we're out here today giving away skateboards, helmets, and pads through a partnership with the East Side Riders. We're really excited to get some new kids who've never skated, you know, create that opportunity by giving them the hardware they need to do it.
It is a world-class facility. To have a facility like this in a storied neighborhood like Watts is just a beautiful thing because we know that community amenities like this bring greater community health. We know now from the USC Beyond the Board study that skateboarding and skate parks improve mental health, they foster a sense of community, and we're seeing that here today.
Everyone across the 1-5 and across the city can come right here, Imperial and Wilmington, open to all, very welcoming.
The new skate park will be open 7 days a week, dusk to dawn. To learn more about our programs and activities that we offer, please visit laparks.org.
I just want to say, just skate it, enjoy it, treasure it, and own it because it's yours.
Who knew that skateboarding could improve your mental health? Street vendors are a vital part of Los Angeles, but obtaining the proper permits is not always an easy task. Councilmember Eunices Hernandez brought together city and county agencies for the first Sidewalk Vendor Resource Fair. The district hopes this event is the first of many. Let's learn some more.
We are at the Goethe Institute in MacArthur Park, and they very generously hosted this space for a sidewalk vending permit workshop to help sidewalk vendors across Council District 1 get their permits, especially in the MacArthur Park, Bonnie Brae, and Salvadoran corridor areas. We absolutely want this to be the first of multiple in Council District 1, and we're really excited that this is the first one. We had a really excellent turnout. All of the different agencies that help with permitting for sidewalk vending, both at the city and the county, come in and help vendors get the information that they need, as well as do all the paperwork required to get these permits.
The price for a city permit in Los Angeles used to be $291. We worked with our colleagues, Councilmember Nithya Raman, and we worked to lower that fee to $27. That means more people can access it.
Vendors really make our community vibrant. So today I was here talking to street vendors about their rights with authorities and also a little bit of information about interactions with ICE.
Yo les digo, los animo a que vengan, compañeros vendedores, que vengan porque es importante que nos enteramos de nuestros derechos y que nos informamos. Para eso están los talleres, que nos enteramos qué derechos tenemos.
In addition, we also have other business stabilizing resources such as access to capital and other business source support, including our business source centers. They're here too, and the Economic and Workforce Development Department to make sure that vendors are getting more wraparound services aside from just their permits at this event.
The Bureau of Street Services department is responsible for the administration of the sidewalk vending program. We issue permits and enforce the rules and regulations. But it really all boils down to one simple philosophy or guideline, and that's being a good neighbor.
I hope they walk away with a couple things. So first, I hope they understand that the city really is here to support them, and there are folks like Councilmember Hernandez, and I hope they also walk away with some permits, whether it's their seller's permit, their business tax registration certificate, or their sidewalk vending permit.
I hope they understand that they have rights when it comes to their interactions with all types of authorities.
Councilwoman Heather Hutt, the mayor's office, and the Los Angeles Department of Transportation welcomed Angelenos to CicLAvia. With a chance to bike, skate, or strut down the street, CicLAvia gives Angelenos a chance to slow down, connect with their neighbors, and explore their city at a different pace.
When I think of transportation, this is what it looks like. Not just people in cars, but people riding their bikes and skates to school and taking a nice walk on a Sunday afternoon and walking their dogs and taking the children to the park.
Today we're at CicLAvia, right on Jefferson. We're running from La Cienega all the way to Vermont, which is about 4 miles through CD10 and CD8.
As I think back to the origins of CicLAvia, it's hard to sort of believe how much this has transformed the way we think about Los Angeles.
The city has done a lot to try to expand bike lanes so that everyone can share the streets, not just cars and buses and trucks, but people on their bicycles, on our sidewalks, enjoying exercise, getting out in the fresh air, enjoying the beautiful weather here in Los Angeles.
Every CicLAvia, LADOT crews are out here early in the morning, setting up equipment to make sure that the route is safe for everybody. And then we have officers out here all day making sure every intersection is safe so that cars can pass through the route, can get to where they need to go as well.
So we have 3 hubs along the 4 miles. Each hub, there's a variety of local community organizations that will have art content. There will be city services available and a chance to meet and interact with your neighbors.
I mean, I hope that as people are going down the route today, they're noticing how much quieter it is, how much less stressful it is, and how they can really connect with their neighbors and their community while they're out here moving a little slower and having a little more fun.
Well, I go to almost all of these. I always think it's really fun to see different parts of the city and just get a little bit of nice morning exercise, so I'm always loving these.
I actually got this new bike recently, so I'm really glad that the city comes together to do this and appreciate all the groups that coordinate these. I know it's a big undertaking, but the city really appreciates it, so I hope they keep doing it.
One of the things I want to make sure people know is to go on the website and look at other CicLAvias throughout the city so that they can participate as needed.
If you live here and this is your first time, this is a chance to experience your neighborhood from a very different perspective. A chance to fall in love again with streets that you may have neglected or not have visited recently. And if you're not from here, it's a chance to visit and explore something new.
LADWP launches a water quality dashboard. The zoo invites young Angelenos to join the Teen Conservation Program. The Metro Board gains a new member. These stories up next on CityBeat.
The Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, or LADWP, has launched an interactive dashboard to provide essential updates to customers affected by a do not drink notice due to the recent wildfires. Key features of the water quality restoration dashboard include an interactive map, flushing progress, zone information, and preliminary water testing results. According to LADWP, the new online tool puts information at its customers' fingertips as the utility works on testing the water and restoring service to wildfire-affected areas. Complimentary bottled water is available for affected customers at designated LADWP distribution locations. For more information on the dashboard, go to ladwpnews.com. The Los Angeles Zoo is inviting young Angelenos to the 2025 Youth Conservation Symposium on March 15th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Entitled Conservation is Magic, this full-day symposium asks young leaders aged 13 to 24 to explore how conservation is transformative, inspiring, and achievable. The theme Magic, M-A-G-I-C, serves to inspire youth to enact change through M, mindful choices, A, advocacy for nature, G, growing sustainability, I, innovative solutions, and C, community impact. Participants will learn about promoting sustainability and becoming conservation advocates through collaborative activities and interactive workshops. For more information, go to lazoo.org/teen council. Mayor Karen Bass has announced that she has appointed Los Angeles City Councilmember Imelda Padilla to the Los Angeles Metro Board of Directors. Councilmember Padilla is the first Latina from the East Valley to serve on the Metro Board representing the City of Los Angeles. According to the mayor's office, the East San Fernando Valley Light Rail Transit Project is a vital expansion of the rail system into the San Fernando Valley. Padilla represents the Northeast San Fernando Valley, including the neighborhoods of Arleta, Lake Balboa, North Hollywood, North Hills, Panorama City, Van Nuys, and Sun Valley. A number of Padilla's priorities include expanding fare assistance programs to keep transit affordable, improving service reliability, and enhancing safety. For more information, go to mayor.lacity.gov/press.
Each month, the Consulate General of Mexico honors someone who has made a meaningful impact on their community. This month's recognition went to an LAPD officer whose inspiring story has given her the drive to give back to the community.
Fue un día muy especial, efectivamente. Ya nosotros llevamos cerca de 9 reconocimientos del Orgullo Mexicano del mes. Cada mes, el Consulado General de México busca reconocer a un migrante que, habiendo nacido en nuestro país, que contribuye con su trabajo a la prosperidad de la sociedad en la que vive. En el caso de Maribel, es la primer miembro de la policía que nosotros reconocemos con este premio. Maribel representa el caso de una mujer que llegó indocumentada, sin hablar inglés, y logró hacerse un lugar en la policía.
It's an overwhelming, emotional, and honorary award. They were able to locate the officer who inspired me from Anaheim PD, Joe Vargas, to be part of the ceremony. Had it not been for him, I don't know where my life would have led. The meaning of this award is more than what I expected because it allowed me to really understand how difficult it could have been for me not to have a role model like Joe Vargas. I'm a product of law enforcement, and now I'm able to give back what law enforcement gave to me. I'm another Joe Vargas in a kid's life, a woman's life, or any community member that wants to pursue a career in law enforcement. I'm very proud of this uniform, I'm very proud of my heritage, and I'm very proud of this country for allowing me to give me this opportunity and for me to continue to inspire others until the end of my career.
It shows what impact one person can have on someone else's life just by being there for them, encouraging them, and giving them a hope, a vision, and a dream, really, for what you can make of yourself. The work that she's done now for 18 years with LAPD in some of the toughest communities in America and really made a difference. We talk about the importance of tactics, the importance of being competent in your job, but very, very much the same, the importance of compassion and dealing with people on a human level. We often deal with people on the worst day of their life, and our hope is to be able to make that a little bit more manageable. She does that in a way that leaves people with a positive memory of the LAPD for the rest of their lives.
Con el trabajo de gente como Maribel, que está en la comunidad, que trata de crear esos puentes, que muestra empatía todos los días, lo que se logra es algo muy importante, que es ganar la confianza de la gente sobre la labor de la policía para que los migrantes confíen en ellos y entiendan que no son migración y que no hacen trabajo migratorio. Por eso yo quiero hacer un atento llamado a mis paisanos que independientemente de su estatus migratorio, nunca le tengan miedo a la policía. Ellos están aquí para proteger y para servir y para ayudarnos.
As the city celebrates African American Heritage Month, Councilmember Curran Price took the time to highlight the impact of local Black journalists. It was a time to celebrate and recognize those who inform, empower, and give a voice to their community.
To me, Black history is American history, and American history is Black history.
Today we're celebrating the unique role that the Black press plays in our society. The electronic press, the written press, we know how important communicating is, and so the press has been there every step of the way, providing information, providing news, providing inspiration, really providing a snapshot of the lives that we led. You are intentional in covering issues that matter most in our Black communities. Employment, education, healthcare, disparities, housing. Your work doesn't just inform, it mobilizes, it empowers.
I am one of the many invited journalists here. We thank Councilman Curran Price so much for the invitation. And it is Black History Month, and so it's coming together, celebrating leaders near and far, historic leaders, current leaders. It couldn't be more timely right now, especially there's a lot of division within our country, and these events really cement unity.
I love all kinds of art. I love to paint things that tell stories and to be able to recognize the artwork and see themselves in the art.
Well, I hope that they realize that they are appreciated. You're right, sometimes we don't say thank for the hard effort it takes for the work you've done.
It's so empowering when you say you have a voice, I have the voice of others, and I'm used as a medium for that. And so as a journalist, it's wonderful to have that ability year-round.
But it's important that we understand the power of words and the power of communicating, and that's what this event is designed to do.
Black History Month was celebrated with a splash at the Michelle and Barack Obama Sports Complex. The Department of Recreation and Parks hosted a community event filled with fun and aqua education. With free admission and experienced staff ready to teach and engage, it was a fun and educational day for all. Let's dive in.
Today we have the Black History Month event. We're going to offer swim lessons, aquasize, kayaking and paddleboarding. And then today is just a day where they can come in for free and have recreational activities and play in the pool all day.
I see kids come up in the community, they come up from the gangs, they come up from the hood, they come up from everywhere, and we get them in our facilities, we get them into our programs, and now they're faster and better swimmers.
We raise awareness for the community. We provide an aquatic sport that's also very important for the community to learn how to swim. We also do land activities, but in the water is totally different workout, so it gives them an opportunity to learn a different sport that they can excel in the future.
We want to invite you guys into our programs and everything. We really promote you to join all of our teams because I want you to be the best of the best. We train lifeguards, we train pool clerks, we train everybody to get in the water. Fitness is key and priority to living a long-lasting life, especially in our community.
They can register online. They can also call all the facilities, and then we can also provide them the general information that they're needing to require.
And we'll be here every day at Celes King 3 Pool, indoor pool. Nice and heated, nice and warm. I'll be here to teach you how to swim.
The Augustus Hawkins Nature Park offers a peaceful escape from busy city life. The Los Angeles City Department of Recreation and Parks invited the community to join them on a guided hike to explore the green space, all while getting some fresh air and exercise.
We're at Augustus F. Hawkins Nature Park, which is an 8.5-acre oasis right here in the heart of Los Angeles. Here you could find a bunch of different native plants. You can find a wetlands and some winding trails for you to come and enjoy this beautiful nature.
Well, usually on the weekends, me and my husband like to get out and explore. We're looking forward to seeing what the park has to offer. It is really nice to have something like this in the community, and I encourage more families to come out.
These kinds of hikes, not only are they great for exercise, but they're also a great way to reconnect with nature. At parks like these, you can learn more about different Southern California native plants, as well as some of our resident bird species.
For the experience, the cardio, the exercise, most of the time we bring the dogs out, so they get to walk with us and have a good time. Just get out the house.
Parks like these are super important, especially in highly developed parts of Los Angeles, where green space can be few and far in between. This, in my opinion, is the best form of exercise. Not only can you get a good workout in, but you can also learn a bunch of things along the way.
Amid the devastation created by the wildfires, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is working in partnership with FEMA and local agencies to aid the recovery process. In this week's feature story, we met up with Colonel Brian Saucer to learn more.
The Army Corps of Engineers is involved in infrastructure, water resource management, flood risk mitigation, navigation, and also disaster response. In accordance with the state of California asking the federal government for assistance following this disaster, we are here under federal authorities working for FEMA as the government agency overseeing the entire disaster response. And so we work hand in hand with all the partners at federal agencies, also the state and local agencies here as well. And so we're here to respond to this natural disaster for the sake of public health and safety. Debris removal right now is considered a two-phase process. So phase one, the lead on that was the Environmental Protection Agency, and the EPA has been on the ground now for well over a month, and that is to take all the household hazardous materials at all these sites, take them from an uncontrolled environment and bring them to a controlled environment. When phase one is complete, we work with the EPA to transition to phase two, and that is the retrieval of the rest of the materials that you see on these properties. That's the two-phase process. Every property is unique. Every property we do a site assessment. We receive a solid handover from the EPA after they've done their important work. And then we look at that property holistically and we start separating waste streams. And so that would be recyclable metals, clean concrete, asbestos, green waste, and then finally fire ash and debris. All of our personnel on site, there's personal protective equipment to protect them during the separation of these materials. We completely saturate the site with water to keep any sort of particles from entering the air. We monitor the site as well with air monitoring systems around the site as we're performing the collection. Those materials are separated into the appropriate waste stream. A Super 10, Tier 4, Tier 5 truck, and that's a really heavy plastic wrap that the material gets encapsulated into with a secondary cover that goes on top of that. And we take those to designated facilities for that type of waste stream. This is a ramp-up process. We're going to see those crews continue to increase. It really is the receipt of those rights of entry that we're able to go on property and then collect material. So the more folks that opt in, the quicker and more efficiently we can go about collecting these waste streams and getting them from an uncontrolled environment to a controlled environment. We're in the early stages of that process right now, and we look forward to seeing that ramp up and increase more every day.
In this week's Things to Do, experience the thrill of Speed Racer at Friday Night Family Flicks. Immerse yourself in the Irish and Italian culture at the Gaelic and Garlic Festival, and step back in time at the Banning Museum's Keeping History Alive lecture series. All this up next on Things to Do.
Join the Department of Cultural Affairs for a fun-filled evening at the Lancashire Arts Center with Friday Night Family Flicks. This week's featured flick is Speed Racer. Follow the adventures of Speed Racer and his trusty sidekick Chim Chim as he takes on dangerous rivals and pushes his limits to become a legend on the track. No need to bring snacks, as free popcorn will be provided. Race down to the Lancashire Arts Center on Friday, March 21st at 6 p.m. for Friday Night Family Flicks. For more information, call 818-301-6120 or visit culture.lacity.gov/events. Celebrate the rich culture and heritage nested in San Pedro at the 3rd Annual Gaelic and Garlic Festival. This unique event honors both the Irish and Italian communities with a day full of music, dance, and delicious cuisine. Enjoy traditional Irish dance and folk music, along with authentic Italian food and desserts from local vendors. Bring out the whole family for a day of cultural celebration and community spirit. Join the festivities at 6th and Mesa in downtown San Pedro at the Gaelic and Garlic Festival for the celebration of Irish and Italian cultures on Saturday, March 15th at 3 p.m. For more information, call the San Pedro City Hall at 310-732-4515. Discover the rich history of Wilmington during the Civil War era at the Banning Museum's Keeping History Alive lecture series. Join the Banning Museum as they commemorate the 160th anniversary of the end of the Civil War. This event looks into the town of Wilmington in the 1860s, the Union Army headquarters for Southern California, Arizona, and New Mexico. Take a look back on the uniforms, weapons, and food of the time. Explore what life was like in a busy Civil War military hub. Travel to the Banning Museum barn for a trip back in time on Saturday, March 15 at 11 a.m. Registration is required and space is limited. For more information, visit thebanningmuseum.org. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Susan Huckle, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.